There's a shift that happens when you've done the work, when the crying stops being constant, when the silence finally feels like peace, and one day, you realize you're ready to open your heart again. But this time, it feels different. Dating as a healed woman isn't like before. It's quieter, sharper, more sacred. Let's talk about it. Before healing, love was survival. You clung to it because you were afraid of being alone. You bent to be chosen. You silenced your voice to keep the peace. You mistook attention for affection, control for care, and when it ended, it broke you. Not just because they left, but because you'd forgotten who you were without them. But healing? Healing taught you your own name again. You remembered the girl who had dreams before him, the one who could laugh freely, walk alone, sleep deeply. So now, when you date, it's not about being chosen. It's about alignment, about invitation, not validation. Before, you excused the inconsistencies. You gave second, third, fourth chances. Not because they earned them, but because you hoped they'd become who you imagined. But a healed woman, she doesn't fall in love with potential. She sees the man in front of her as he is. And if his energy feels off, if his words don't match his actions, if her soul feels restless after the date, she leaves. No apologies, no explanations. Because she knows, red flags don't turn green with time. And peace is far more seductive than chaos ever was. Before healing, loneliness felt unbearable. You'd stay in half-loves, lukewarm connections, just to avoid sleeping alone. But a healed woman? She has befriended her solitude. She doesn't need someone to fill the silence. She already filled it with her own voice, her own laughter, her own joy. So when she dates, she doesn't grasp. She observes. She chooses. She knows she is the garden. And love is the sunlight, not the soil. When you've healed, you don't chase butterflies. You build trust, one conversation at a time. You're not impressed by grand gestures, but by consistency, kindness, emotional safety. A healed woman doesn't seek fireworks. She seeks firewood, something that will last, that can be nurtured, something that warms instead of burns, because she's done the healing. She doesn't want drama, she wants depth, and she's willing to wait for it. Before, love meant shrinking, saying yes when you meant no, swallowing discomfort to avoid rocking the boat. But now she speaks up. Now she names what she needs. She doesn't twist herself to fit into someone else's life. She invites someone in who honors hers. She knows, any love that asks her to abandon herself isn't love. It's control wearing perfume. A healed woman is not easily swept away. She's been fooled before. She's seen how charming can become cruel, how fast affection can turn into manipulation. Now she watches for patterns, not promises. For congruence, not charisma. She knows what gaslighting looks like. She knows what real love feels like. And if something feels off, she doesn't second-guess herself. She listens to the quiet whisper of her gut, and she walks away before her peace is disturbed. Before, dating was the goal. Now, dating is just one chapter in a much richer story. She doesn't build her identity around being desired. She builds her life around her purpose, her healing, her joy. She's not waiting to be completed. She is whole. A relationship, if it comes, is a bonus, not the foundation. A healed woman does fall in love. But it's not impulsive, it's intentional. She doesn't fall for fantasy. She connects through reality, through conversations that last hours, through quiet moments, shared values, laughter, softness, safety. And when she lets you in, know that you're walking into a heart that was once shattered, but now stands strong and open. She's not afraid to love again, but she will never love in a way that costs her herself. Dating as a healed woman feels different, because she is different. She doesn't chase, she attracts. She doesn't settle, she waits. She doesn't beg, she chooses. She knows her worth now, and because of that, she moves with softness and strength, with openness and discernment, with grace and boundaries. So if dating feels different now, you're not doing it wrong, you're doing it healed, and that makes all the difference. You're not hard to love, you just needed to love yourself first. If this spoke to your heart, subscribe for more stories on healing, growth, and rising after heartbreak. You are not alone, and this is just the beginning. Thank you so much for watching.